batho ba ko kerekeng ba tla go reng ka mogelo ka dilo tso tsamang o di bolelela batho, and a kere wena o rata bashimane, so ba tla tlhoka yang go tshwara le phela le ba sala sa etse morago bashimane ka mogelo ba tla palalang ke go le tshwara. I avoided those words with all costs. I kept quiet and I kept moving. Growing up as a child that never earned the trust of your parents, not that it's something to be earned, I was in a very awkward situation. Hearing Amanda De Point finally speak out triggered me because I could relate. For years, I said it wasn't rape. I am a person that will look for terms to verify a certain thing, and I guess it was a way of escaping and making myself feel better, because I never wanted to be a rape victim. So I kept it to myself. So I said he just put it in once, and I pushed him out, so it can't really be rape. It took me so long. It took me so long to like myself again when I looked in the mirror, because this particular boy took me for granted. Growing up as a child that growing up as a child that was never believed, because I don't know why, but I never had like a sister I could run to tell her anything, because if anything, I feel like with my older sister, I was the one that had always acted like the older one. And my mom, I remember then, she was still busy with my younger brother, because my younger brother was still a baby. And my grandmother, on the other hand, was too busy with church stuff that she was defending the church before anything else, and whatever that would bring shame to the church's name was a threat. Therefore, if we did mistakes as children, it was always batho ba ko kerekeng ba tla go reng. So as a pastor's child, you try portray the imperfect picture, and you just let it eat you inside. Watching Amanda De Point's video definitely triggered something in me. I think on one of my videos, I actually once mentioned this, and even on that video, I brushed it off. I spoke about it. I spoke about how his friend rescued me, but I didn't go into depth because I didn't want to admit that it was rape. And you know, there's a lot of us that have went through something similar, but we choose not to open up. We choose to keep it inside. I personally didn't want to find myself in a position where I was going to court and back, because no one at home was going to believe me to start with. Second of all, I sneaked out to go to a party and I got raped. My parents are going to say I brought it all to myself. So I just had to keep it to myself. I remember this boy. I don't think I'll ever forget that night. If you're from Porch, I want to describe where this happened to me. There's at opposite the military base, there's a building that we call Smarties. He was there and I met him there, and we ended up in a room together, and I had made it clear that I wasn't ready to have sex. But he forced himself to a point where, like, you know, when you say no, there's a no and there's a no, I'm really not ready for this. I said no, and I made it very clear that I wasn't ready, but this guy was trying to manipulate me, and when he saw that he couldn't manipulate me, he forced himself in me. I think I was just lucky that his friend was in the house. And when I was pushing, so I think this is me assuming, I think his friend thought at first we were playing, till he realized that I was actually screaming louder and louder and louder, and that's when he came and he rescued me. I was literally on top of the bed fighting this guy. I had a scar here because he had pushed me, and there was I don't know if it was a carpet or what, but I scratched myself from all the fight that I did. And you know what I did? After that guy rescued me, he sent me a couple of texts apologizing, and I forgave him. His mom texted and called, I don't know if it was really his mom, apologizing to me because she was saying he has a mental disorder somewhere, somehow, and I had to believe that story. And either way, as a result, I was never going to go to the police. Like I said, I had sneaked out at home. This is me coming up front and saying, it's not okay to keep quiet about these things. Because I wouldn't forgive myself if I was to find out that the very same person that did this to me is doing it to someone else. And he's most likely to do it to someone younger than I was. I feel like I should have stopped him, but it's too late now. Guys, we need to voice up. We need to voice up to prevent it from happening to our cousins, our sisters, and our daughters. What Amanda DuPont went through has triggered so many of us. Today, I had an appointment with my psychologist because a lot of things is happening in my life. But she sat there and she said, so why did you want to see me? And she allowed me to unfold everything. And one of the things that I said to her was, I can't breathe. I am suffocating. I don't recognize myself anymore. And she asked me why. Now, having to have had a history like that, you start asking yourself questions like, am I even worthy to be loved? Because someone decided to damage me. Every time a person needs to get in a relationship, or there's that certain insecurity that I have, that certain thing that makes me not trust. I had to describe all this to my psychologist today. And she kept on digging and digging and digging till I finally told her what happened with me. And she said, I was just waiting for you to tell me. It's okay, guys. It's okay to also seek for professional help. It's okay to just let it all out, because I feel like a lot is off my chest. A lot. I feel like I've loaded a lot. You know what happened? This guy's friend, not the guy that saved me, this guy's friend who knew exactly what this guy did to me, was now texting me, wanting to do exactly what his friend did to me. This world that we live in, this cruel world that we live in. I just thank God that I was strong enough to pull through. I thank God that I was strong enough to have been able to remind myself who I was. Yes, time comes when you reflect, or certain things like these come, you meet someone that tells you their story and it takes you 2 steps back. But like Amanda said, I drew strength from it. And a lot of my friends or people that are close to me usually say that I'm strong. It's all these life experiences that one goes through that forces you to be strong. Now, I don't want to claim myself to be a rape victim, because I'm not that person anymore. I am not going to be described like that. Because what will society say? That's what my parents would say. I just want to say to everyone that has went through a similar situation that there's nothing wrong with you. Till this day, my mom doesn't know what happened to me. The only people that knows are my friends, and I think only I had twin friends back in high school. I think I told them, and I even showed them the scar, but also with them, I didn't give them the full detail of everything. So let's be safe out there, guys. With all that being said, I just want to say, for all those that can't afford to get a private psychologist, we do have institutions like FAMSA that caters for women, for young women. I'm sure for male people as well, because rape is not just for women. Abuse is not just for women. They do cater for us. It's for free. Just search FAMSA. It's FAMSA. And yeah, for the longest time, I actually was seeing psychologists from FAMSA, and they were pretty good. The services are super amazing. Just contact them and speak. Find someone to speak to it about. Let it out. You don't deserve to be living with so much anger, because the only thing it will stop you from potentially and fully being yourself. Forgive them. It's fine. Draw strength from it. Grow from it. Advise other people about it. Speak about it if you can. I mean, we're all different, but all I'm saying is, I guess the bottom line is, you need help. You need to talk to someone. You need to free yourself. You need to forgive yourself. Thank you so much for listening. I was really triggered by all that, and I just thought I should come out and share my story with you guys. I pray Amanda gets her justice, and most importantly, let's support each other. I don't have any more words to say. I know there's a lot of women that can relate to what I'm saying as well. Let's put an end to this.